All right, Chris, got a fun conversation for you. Your favorite topic, quarterbacks. Now, some of these guys.
Let's get after it.
Yeah, let's talk about the top free agent quarterbacks for 2020. Understanding that the list is like Drew Brees, Tom Brady, a bunch of guys who may end up staying with their current teams, but let's just say all of them are just freebirding. Everyone's available. Who would you target as a GM as your top 3 quarterbacks? Now, my list is going to be the right list, but we'll see what you say about it. Now,
okay.
At number 1, Drew Brees. Nah, I'm playing. Tom Brady. How can I go against Tom Brady? The dude has 6 rings. I know he's 42 going on 62, but he's the man. Number 2 would be Drew Brees. Number 3 would be Dak Prescott. And then actually I have like a 4A and 4B because it depends on the flavor ice cream you want. Teddy Bridgewater or Taysom Hill. Whether you want to go with the Lamar Jackson approach or the traditional quarterback approach, I think both of them give you a little bit what you need. Thoughts?
Yeah. Okay, I like all of that. And honestly, I think we need to throw Cam Newton in that conversation probably.
Let's make
he might be available.
Yeah.
The Carolina Panthers aren't willing to commit to him yet. And out of your list, okay, there's some things I'm going to throw out here. First off, I think Dak Prescott should be on your list.
It depends on what you're trying to do. If you have a team that's ready to win the Super Bowl right now, then you're going to go get a Drew Brees or a Tom Brady. But if you have a team that you're trying to build them around a young quarterback, then Dak's your number 1 guy.
Dak is your number 1 guy. And, you know, as much as, like, this is fun and we want to talk about it and all good and, like, fine and dandy, there's no damn way Tom Brady's playing for any other team than New England Patriots.
I mean, but Joe Montana played for the Chiefs now. I mean, anything is possible.
I get that, but they had Steve Young there waiting in the wings, and they ain't got that there in New England.
Oh, you don't feel that way about Jarrett Stidham?
Man, I swear Mr. Kraft adopted Tom Brady, and he is part of the family, all right? So that's why that's not happening, all right? Drew Brees, I mean, again, hey, I would say his play is not as good as Tom Brady's. Drew Brees is 3-2 this year. I just would like to remind everybody that the 2 losses that the Saints have are games that he started as a quarterback. They were undefeated with Teddy Bridgewater, all right? I think the Saints keep a Taysom Hill because just from everything I read, Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill. It's like his little toy, his little science experiment. So I'm with you there, but I think Teddy Bridgewater would probably be in my top 3 if we just went total realistic. Like Dak Prescott, I don't see him really leaving the Cowboys either. I mean, come on, he's balling this year. He's probably put himself in like the bottom part of that MVP conversation the way he's played really as of late. But I hear you with Teddy Bridgewater, you know, and then the Cam Newton thing I think is very interesting and real. I just wonder what's going to happen there. I feel like he's been a little disrespected in Carolina for people trying to say, like, Kyle Allen's better than Cam Newton. You're crazy.
I mean, we just saw the 6 turnovers in the past couple games, so I think that changed the narrative real quick.
Yeah, exactly right. I think everybody needs to backtrack and apologize to Cam Newton, who's done things in this league that, like, quite honestly, like a lot of quarterbacks in the history of the sport have not done.
But one thing you touched on is my conspiracy theory now, because I feel like Teddy Bridgewater showed that he can be a starting quarterback in this league. I mean, because like you said, Drew Brees is the only quarterback for the Saints that's lost games this year, not Teddy Bridgewater. But I feel like Sean Payton did that on purpose because he wants to put Teddy Bridgewater out there because he knows he's a capable quarterback. But you see what Lamar Jackson is doing in the league right now, and I feel like Taysom Hill can probably give you some of that juice in that Saints offense. And I think he really wants to keep him under wraps, keep his salary and his value down so he can sign him to a long-term deal, maybe 3 years or so, and allow him to be the next one up from Drew Brees. And then, if he can take over and use his skill set in offense, man, that's going to be something amazing in a couple years.
Did we talk about Phillip Rivers? Because I think he could be on his way out of Los Angeles in a hurry,
He's
too.
done. Like, that arm is shot now, bro. Like, he doesn't have any strength behind it. And it's that same thing where he was always a gunslinger. But if you don't have any arm strength and you're still trying to make wild and crazy throws, that's how you end up with 3-4 interceptions a game.
Yeah, you're right about that. And let's not forget, I think there's some studs coming out in the NFL draft, too, that are going to fill some of these holes at the quarterback position. You know, Tua, that situation, I don't know what happens there. But, man, that Herbert in Oregon and that Joe Burrow at LSU is
really come on.
That's what I mean. They're top 10 picks to me, too, so they're going to fill 2 of those spots. But the rest of it, I think I'm with you. I don't think Dak gets out of Dallas. He would be my number 1. Teddy Bridgewater, Taysom Hill, interesting. Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Ryan Tannehill, they could all be available. And as I'm saying these out loud, I don't necessarily know if I like any of them really all that much, other than maybe Teddy Bridgewater and Taysom Hill.
Yeah, so I think we're in agreement that if we want to have a young quarterback that we can build a team around, if he could get loose, Dak Prescott would be our guy. But if we're going with the John Elway approach and we just need to win a Super Bowl this year, then there's no way you're avoiding Tommy Boy because he's the one to do it.
No doubt about that.